Today we're going to be going over how to build and use FunnyPlaying's BurnMaster portable cartridge flasher. This allows you to flash ROMs onto your cartridges as well as save the save files onto an SD card. The first step is to get the BurnMaster PCB kit as well as the shell kit. You'll also need a Game Boy Pocket membrane and button set. As far as assembling the BurnMaster goes, the first step is to insert the ribbon cable for the little OLED screen into the PCB. Then you can go ahead and place the screen into its position in the shell. There will be a small clear plastic piece that sits over top of the OLED display holding it in place. There's two pegs that the clear plastic piece simply gets pushed into to hold the entire assembly together. Now that you've got your screen secured, you can go ahead and drop in your Game Boy Pocket buttons. That's followed by their membranes. Once all that's in place, you can go ahead and start to close up the device. The PCB should sit down and essentially snap into place. From there, there's three small screws that have to be used to hold the PCB in place. Now that the PCB is in place, you can also go ahead and snap in the top rail piece. These simply just click into two holes on both sides of the BurnMaster. Now that we've got the top bar on, we can go ahead and connect the battery. It simply places over the connector and is pressed down just like a Joy-Con battery. From there, we can go ahead and position the battery in the shell. We'll want it to be somewhat centered with the back of the shell going on, so as that it's not being pressed down too hard by any of the plastic. I use tweezers personally just to poke it into place. Make sure not to damage the battery doing this. Once it's in place, you can go ahead and use the four long remaining screws on the back four corners of the case to secure the back shell down. From there, you've got a fully built BurnMaster. As far as using the BurnMaster goes, you flip the switch up one time for Game Boy Advance mode and two times for Game Boy Color/DMG mode. FunnyPlaying also sells two flash carts with their new BurnMaster. There's a Game Boy Color/DMG and a Game Boy Advance cartridge. They'll fit into regular cartridge shells. From there, you can go ahead and flash any Game Boy ROM that's compatible with EEPROM saves. It is worth noting that you can also use tools like the GBX Cart Read-Write tool to write to these cartridges. They're not locked to only being used with the BurnMaster. A link to the update firmware will also be provided in the description. All you have to do is place the update.bin file onto the root of a FAT32 formatted SD card. When you plug the SD card in and power on the console, it'll ask you if you want to update the firmware. Click yes. If you run into any games that won't flash and play on the cartridges, then you can use the Game Boy Tool Advance to go ahead and patch the ROM for SRAM. Go ahead and click the SRAM patcher and then select and rename your file. From there, you can go ahead and hit patch, and the program will make you an automatically patched ROM that should work on the cartridges. And that's all there really is to it. You now have a built BurnMaster, as well as know how to use the cartridges. For more content like this, please be sure to subscribe, check out our wiki link down below, and you can also go ahead and find our Discord link down below. As always, thanks for watching.